Hi children, good morning all. Today we are going to start our next chapter, that is chapter 10, circles. You know about circles. In the last year classes you study about circles and you know about what are the objects you see in circle shape. Which are the objects in circle shape? Do you know? That is wheels of some vehicles, then dial of some many clocks dial, if dial is circle shape. Okay, isn't it? Now bangles, like that. We see the circle, many objects we know about the circle shape. In this chapter we are going to discuss about circles and the theorems, some of the properties of circles and the theorems. Okay. So also you know about how to draw a circle, that also you know. Okay, how to draw, you just take the compass and insert a pencil in one leg and the other leg. Here the tip of that leg, the other leg fixed in a plain paper or a plain sheet of paper or a fixed surface. Very well, you can place that and draw move the pencil, that leg, that leg, the pencil inserted that leg, you just move like this. Then you get a figure like this. You get a figure like this. This is a circle. Okay, in this point we put the tip of this compass. Okay, so here we get a circle like this, and you know the definition of this circle. So far you studied about circles, the radius, diameter, everything you study. But you know the definition. What is its definition, you know? No need to worry. In this year we are going to study the definition. What is a circle? See children, here the collection of all points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane is called as circles. The collection of all points, here all points in a plane which are in fixed distance, from a fixed point. These points are, all points are a fixed distance. See, these all points are in a fixed distance. And these are a fixed point. These points are in a fixed point. This is from a fixed point. You know what is this fixed point is known as? You know about what is this fixed point is known as? What is it? That is center. What is it? It is center of the circle. This is center of the circle. And the distance between the circle and the center is known as a radius. Radius of the circle. Okay. See, in a circle, here, this is a circle. In the circle, this is a circle. This is a circle. In the circle, there is two parts you can see. That is an interior portion or interior part and an exterior part. This is interior. This is exterior. Okay. This interior portion and the circle, is known as the circular region. Okay. This interior portion and the circle is known as the circular region. And here I take 2 points, A and B. In this circle, I take 2 points A and B. I join these points. Now we get a line here, a line segment here. It is known as chord of the circle. This is center. Okay, this is center of the circle. And the 2 points in the circle and join, we get a line that is known as chord. Okay. Here we get a chord, here we get, this is also a chord. Okay. Now, a chord, the big chord is passing through the center. This is a chord. Okay? And this chord is passing through the center. So that's why this chord is known as diameter. So that's why this chord is known as diameter. This is known as what is diameter. Okay, children, understood what is radius, what is chord, what is circular region, interior part, exterior part, and diameter. See here, from this center and the distance between this center and the circle is known as, we studied that it is radius. So here we get a radius, here also we get a radius, and from this we can understand this radius diameter is 2 times the radius. Here we get a radius, here we get a radius. So from this we can understand this 2 times the radius is a diameter. Okay. Now from this we can split this chord into 2 points. These 2 points split this circle into 2 pieces of circle. Here we get a smaller piece. Here we get a larger piece. See children, here I draw. This is A, this is B. Here we get a smaller, and here the same figure. Here we get a larger piece. See, I shade this. See children, here we get a smaller piece. This is known as arc of a circle. What is arc? Arc of a circle. This arc can be represented like this. AB, arc AB. We can read this arc AB, arc AB. And it is a smaller one. So we name this, it is a minor arc. What is it? It is a minor arc. It is a minor arc. Minor arc, smaller one. So that's why it's a minor arc. And here it is a larger one. So we name this, it is a major arc. It is major. It is also draw this arc AB. Okay. So what if now you understand about what is minor arc and the major arc. So children, in a circle, the length of this complete circle is known as circumference of the circle. The length of this complete circle is known as circumference of the circle. And here we take the points A and B. The 2 points here we take, and in this portion, this chord and this arc, this region, it is known as segments. Here we get 2 segments, a small segment and a large segment. Here we get a small segment, here we get a larger segment. So we name this, it is major segment and it is minor segment. It is minor segment. Like this, we take 2 points and join these points from the center. That is 2 radii. 2 radii join to these points. We get 2 portions. These portions is known as radii. So no, sector. This portion is known as sector. Here we get 2 sector. It is a smaller one. This is a smaller one. It's a larger one. Like this, we name this. It is major sector, and it is minor sector. This is major sector and it is minor sector. Here we join these the circles to the radii, 2 radii. Join to these points, we get 2 sector, that is major sector and the minor sector. And the length of the total circle is known as circumference of the circle. So now you understood about what is circle and the diameter, radius, chord. And also you know this is this diameter is split into the circle into 2 parts. Each part is known as semicircle. This is a semicircle. This is semicircle. Okay. its diameter is split this circle into two equal portions. This each portion is known as a semicircle. Okay. So major segment, minor segment, major arc, minor arc, major sector, minor sector. All you understood about this. Okay. So here a theorem, that is theorem 1. Theorem is equal chords of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. Equal chords of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. So for that here we draw, first we draw a circle with a center O, and here center O. Here equal chords of a circle, equal chords. Here we take two equal chords. These chords are equal. These equal chords subtend to equal angles at the center. These are chords from equal angles. These chords are from equal angles. We have to prove these chords are from. So we name these chords as A, B, C, D. Like this we name this. We have to prove this angle AOB and the angle DOC. This angle and this angle, two angles are equal. How to prove this? You don't know how to prove this? Any idea? That is, this we have to prove these two, this AOB and COD are two triangles. Triangles. We have to prove these two triangles are congruent. Then by CPCT we can write this AOB equal to COD. Okay. So our first entry we have to prove these two triangles are congruent. So we write here in triangle AOB and the triangle DOC. What are the conditions we have to? Three conditions we have to bring. That's these AB and CD are equal chords. So we can write this AB equal to CD. That is equal chords. Equal chords. First we write equal chords. Then here OA equal to OD. What is that? OA equal to OD because it is a radius, isn't it? A radius. The next, like that, OB equal to OC. OB equal to OC. That's also a radius. So radius by S, we can set that triangle AOB congruent to triangle DOC. By CPCT we can write as angle AOB equal angle DOC by CPCT. By SSS criteria, these triangles are congruent, and by CPCT these angles are from the equal distance. Hence proof. Okay. Next, our theorem 2. If the angles subtended by the chords of a circle at the center are equal, then the chords are equal. The angles subtended by the chords of a circle. Here, it's a circle. Here two chords. The angles subtended to these angles are equal. Here the angles subtended by the chords of a circle at the center are equal. That means these angles are equal. Then the chords are equal. Then we have to prove these chords are equal. It means this theorem is the converse of theorem 1. This theorem 2 is the converse of theorem 1. Okay. There we prove, given condition is chords are given, we have to prove the angles. Here angles are given, we have to prove the chords are equal. So no need of proof here we need. Okay. So next theorem 3, the theorem is the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. That means here the perpendicular from the center of the chord. Here the perpendicular like this. Perpendicular from the center of the chord to a circle bisect the chord. That is here AB and this OC. Then AC equal to BC. Bisect the chord. No need of theorem, no need of the proof of these three. Okay. Now theorem 4. The line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect the chord is perpendicular to the chord. So here we draw a circle and here it is a center. The line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect the chord. So here we need a chord and this chord is bisect the chord. It is bisect. It is A, B, O. It is what it is, C or M. Anything you can write. Okay. This is M. And here bisect the chord. So this is MA equal to MB. This is bisect the chord. Then bisect the chord is perpendicular to the chord. So this chord is perpendicular. We have to prove this chord is perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degree. We have to prove this OMA and OMB is 90 degree. See children, this is the converse theorem of theorem 3. Theorem 3, there is no need of that proof here, but theorem 4, we need a proof. Okay, so how to prove? We draw a radius. We join this O to A and O to B. Now we get the radius OA and OB. Okay, so we have to prove this OMA and OMB a congruent triangle. Then by CPCT we can write this OMA and OMB are equal. Isn't it? So first we have to write these two triangles are congruent. So in triangle OMA and triangle OMB, these two triangles, what can we write as from these? That is OM equal to OM, that is common side. OM equal to OM is common side and OA equal OB is radius. Isn't it? OA and OB are radius and AM and BM or MA and MB. MA equal to MB. That is here it is bisect. That is bisector. Bisector. Then by yes. What can we say? By SSS congruent criteria triangle OMA congruent to triangle OMB. By CPCT we can write as angle OMA equal angle OMB by CPCT. Okay, so these two triangles are equal. Understood children? So you have to study today these two theorems and the properties that circles, the properties, what is radius, what is circumference, what is major circle, major arc, minor arc, sector, segment, that all you study today itself. Okay, and also study these two theorems. Okay children? So that's not sent to me, and 2 times also you write, and that also sent to me today itself. And thank you.